It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little extra. Uncensored, unedited, and almost uninterrupted. Get ready for the most extra podcast known to man. The Ace and TJ Show presents the Extra Funny Podcast.
Since today is National Pizza Day, I'm really tempted to tell the funny pizza story that happened years ago in the conference room of our old radio station when we were having the meeting with the parents. Okay.
Just change that.
Our charity, Ace and TJ's Grin Kids, before COVID and all of that happened, what we would do is we would take whatever you call it, lease or rent a plane, a private plane, a 737, and we would take the plane load of kids who are special needs or chronically disabled, terminal illnesses, and we would take them to all expenses paid vacation to Disney World. We'd have a new group every year with their whole families, and these families, they go through a lot, and they don't get to do a lot of the things that people take for granted, and all like take trips like this or fly or any of that kind of stuff. So the Monday night before we were to leave on the trips later in the week, every year we would have a meeting in person at the radio station at the conference room with all of the parents and go through this big, thick book of instructions and schedules and all of that stuff to try to make it as easy as possible for them, and for them to not get scared of what all the you just step off of a bus at Disney World and you just look and you could be completely shocked by that and scared. So we do it was like 2 hour meeting, and so we were describing what was going to happen when we land, and then when we get to the hotel, and we'd say your bags are going to be taken off the bus. They'll be delivered to your room. When you get there, we have a team on the ground that's going to do all of the work for you of getting you checked into your rooms, and they're just going to hand you a packet, and it's going to have your bracelets that you have to wear to get into the parks, and it's going to have your food vouchers, and it's going to have your rooms and all of that stuff taken care of. And then Ace goes, and we want to make sure that everybody, we're going to surprise the kids, and we want to make sure that everybody comes to that first night get together that we have, because we're going to have a pizza pool party for the kids, but don't tell them because it's going to be a surprise. And this mom spoke up and she goes, Hannah don't eat pizza. And I looked at her and I said, oh, well then y'all can't go on the trip.
It was priceless.
Everybody kind of froze.
Yeah, there were people that are like, oh my God.
I'm not speaking up.
Shut up. I want that pizza.
Yeah, you could feel the tension rise in the room. Like, oh, wow.
Other parents going, I'll eat hers. Yeah. I mean, if it's got to be eaten.
Iconic. It's a classic.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah,
but you can't go.
Oh, I guess you can go.
No, y'all aren't going to be able to go then. But then they laughed, and it was relaxing after that. It was an icebreaker.
Yes,
an icebreaker.
Absolutely. Break it up a little bit, because it's a lot of information you had to pass along during that 2 hour meeting. It's a lot of logistical stuff that they need to know.
Mm-hmm. So like I said, they were nervous because they've never flown anywhere, traveled anywhere, and so it was kind of shitty, I guess, to make a joke like that. But hey, you mess with the bull, you're gonna get the horns.
That's it, buddy.
Mickey's gonna kick your ass out if you don't eat this pizza.
It's pretty good pizza at Disney World too. You wouldn't think, but after about 25 beers that I was drinking, I hit the spot.
But that was probably what, 5-6 years ago?
Long time.
I think it may be more than that.
And to
more
this
than
day, if we start talking about pizza, somebody will say Hannah don't eat pizza.
Yeah, that
It's
would be
stuck with us. And,
We use that phrase a lot.
2019. That would have been the 2018 trip, I believe.
yeah.
So 6 years ago.
Now, they got kicked off the trip for a completely different reason once we got there. Didn't have anything to do with the pizza thing. But, yeah, that little Hannah was she was a handful. We're going to send you home without your parents. So, Rob, you decided not to go to that movie today?
Yeah, I'm a little tired.
Too lazy?
I'm gonna need a nap. Yeah.
Did you stay up late last night? You been playing the games?
What did I do last night? I started watching a new show on Amazon and playing Magic the Gathering. So I think I stayed up a little later than I should have.
What show are you watching?
It's called Has Been Hotel. It's a musical. It is also a cartoon.
A musical
Oh,
cartoon.
God, no wonder you stayed up late for that bullshit.
Oh no,
Musical
that's like
cartoon.
It's the worst combo ever.
I didn't even realize that you would consider an animated show that sings and all that as a musical, but I guess you would.
So it's a cartoon and all of the dialogue is sung, or the majority of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's at least 3 songs in every episode so far.
Okay. And
Has Been Hotel. Let me see.
is it American?
I think so.
So it's in English.
Yeah, you remember you watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, right?
Yeah.
Diaz, she's one of the main voices.
Yeah, I like her.
Stephanie Beatriz,
Pretty.
very pretty.
Yeah. Okay. And how many songs do you get per episode in that?
At least 3. Like the soundtrack.
Okay, so it's so it's not has been like you're a has been.
Right.
It's has been HAZBIN.
Well, it may be spelled that way, but they called it that because of the phrase has been, HASBEEN.
Yeah. So, does she have a good singing voice, Rob?
Yeah, and she was in Encanto as well. She was singing in that the newer Disney movie.
Well, what'd you call it?
Encanto.
Oh, Kanto. I was like, what is he doing? Is she the one that sang that song that you love so much from that movie?
No.
Wasn't that a hit, a top 40 hit?
Don't talk about Bruno. I don't think that was her.
Okay. Well, look at you, Rob. A musical cartoon.
It's good, y'all.
I'm sure.
And it's for adults
Yes,
or for kids?
it's rated TVMA.
Oh, so there's cussing in it?
There's cussing, and the show takes place in hell. And
Oh, yeah. I've seen that.
You know this?
Yeah, we
Oh,
talked
there's
about
something
that
called-
in our Bible study.
Hell's Greatest Dad Sing Along.
Yeah.
Has Been Hotel.
the synopsis says, in an attempt to find a non-violent alternative for reducing hell's overpopulation, the daughter of Lucifer opens a rehab hotel that offers a group of misfit demons a chance at redemption.
And is it an Amazon original or is it like a network show, like a Fox type show?
It was picked up by Amazon after a pilot in 2019 came out, but it took them, however many years to get it out. So.
Right.
Demons,
So they
Lucifer.
put that pilot out, and then they said, this is the devil. Yeah. God.
Keith David's in it.
Who?
Keith David.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter who's in it. It's the devil.
Yeah, the devil's the star of the show.
You also won't like that the angels are the bad guys in the show.
Of course they are.
How in the hell do
What a stupid piece of shit. God.
Do you ever think about this? Kind of leads me to something. Do you ever think about things you would and wouldn't do as an actor? Like that guy, he's one of the great bad guy characters in Hollywood. He's got white hair. I don't know his name. He was like the bad guy in the Walking Tall movie. He's been that The Rock did. He's been the bad guy in so many different. You've seen him in 100 different things. Are there? And he talked about how in one movie they wanted him to play the devil, but as a Christian, he said, "It's not a role that I want to play," and he passed on it. It was like a couple $1 million to play the devil in some movie.
It's Neil McDonough.
Okay, do you ever think about like would I do that? Like he doesn't do scenes where he kisses other women because he's married to his wife. He doesn't want to play the devil. And I was like, okay, I have a tremendous amount of respect for that. Somebody who stands on principles because it might be able to give him a bigger career. But then I start wondering, like, would I do that? Would I, like the kissing thing? It wouldn't. I don't know. That wouldn't bother because you're acting. That's part of job. But is that wrong to think of it that way? You know, would you do a love scene if you're married?
Yeah.
Even though you're acting, it's not, you know, you're still in the moment with someone, you know, whether they're topless or whatever, pressed.
You know how they'll say if it's relevant to the story and it enhances the story,
Yeah.
you know, rather than just be gratuitous. I'm kind of like that, but not about being relevant to the story. More about if the actress is hot.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not doing a love scene with an ugly ass, you know. And that's probably who they would pair me with right now if they put me with somebody ugly, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
no, I have my principles.
Yeah. Do you think Jody would protest if you were an actor and they said, "No, you got to do a love scene where you're both gonna have to be, you know, topless under the covers," that kind of thing? Would she say, "You're not doing that"?
Jody right now would like try to get me a job giving HJs down on the street corner
I know. I get it.
for the money.
I get it. I understand.
You better get out there.
You're not going to invent something.
You might want to start doing wrist exercises.
Yeah. See me handing me those gripper things. You do that while you're watching all that crime. You got to get some money in here.
I hear you.
You better be the H.J. King by the time we're done.
That bucket better be full.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I know. You're right. I understand.
You better get down there and earn the nickname the Milkman.
Okay.
Funnier than your average podcast. This is the Extra Funny Podcast, presented by Neogenics. Find out more about Neogenics at acetj.com/neogenics. More Extra Funny podcasts next.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
All guests of the Ace and TJ show stay at the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. Beautiful rooms, incredible dining options. Book your room by calling 980-299-7123. It's the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first-class cleaning with the Johnson Group. Attention Charlotte, treat yourself to a delicious meal that's made with fresh, seasonal ingredients and ready in just 20 minutes. Enjoy a fine dining experience without ever leaving your home. Head over to tableandtwine.com.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities. And we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
Should you buy? Should you sell? How do I present my house if I do want to sell it? All of those questions can be answered by the experts, and they can take care of you with the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. The Temple team knows everything there is to know about selling, marketing, and buying houses. So get in touch with them today at acetj.com/Temple team. The Temple team at Keller Williams Realty.
More than just a little funny. More than just average funny. This is Extra Funny. It's the Extra Funny Podcast from the Ace and TJ Show.
Ever since we had that story this morning about Mount Everest officials requiring now that if you're climbing Mount Everest and you poop along the way, that you got to pick it up and keep it in a bag or whatever until you come back down the mountain. Ever since we talked about that, I've had, well, there's poop on the mountain, Lightning in the air.
What is that song? Poop on the Mountain.
Yeah, I just instead of fire on the mountain, it's poop.
Oh.
Fire on the mountain.
When I first read that this morning,
Lightning in the air.
I misread it, and I thought it said Mount Rushmore. I was like, what the hell? Why is that such a problem?
Get up there and shit on their faces.
Like, what are you doing?
Don't shit on our presidents.
I wish I could remember who it was I heard the other day on a TikTok, and they said, I forgot what it was, like Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks or something. And somebody goes, it's going to be tough to narrow it down to 5. And I just started laughing like, oh, man.
Tough, buddy.
I think it's Abraham Lincoln's face that has a storage area behind it. Like there's one of the faces has a storage area to hide stuff if we're under attack or whatever.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
How the hell they make Mount Rushmore?
Blasted
With a damn giant pick and a hammer, mallet, just a chisel.
Yeah,
That's
you're
why
right.
it took them so damn long. You wouldn't catch nobody doing that shit today, bunch of lazy asses.
Get out of here. The Hall of Records at Mount Rushmore, where the frontal lobe of Abraham Lincoln's brain would be, there is a secret room that contains the text of America's most important documents.
Is that from the National Treasure Wikipedia, the Nicolas Cage movie?
No, it's from Tejapedia, because that's what I mean. You start juggling shit, and you just ask me. That's what I said. I'm the authority. Shit.
Hey, listen, bud.
I'll tell you what.
I'm the
Nicolas
most juggled person in history. People always juggling shit I say.
It's hard to believe some of
I
that
know.
stuff.
Do I lie a lot?
Well, when you know all that shit, there's got to be something you don't know. That's what we're all figuring.
Like my friend Glenn. He's West Coast fella anyway, so he's kind of uppity. Everything I say, he'd pick up his phone. I'm like, no, I just told you.
Yeah, well, you make it so known that you don't read books or anything. People just. How the hell did he learn that? Sounds like he made it up.
Yeah, I've never been described as well read.
Or a bookworm or anything like that. But the Mount Rushmore's rock. There's granite.
Yeah, I think so.
So
Granted, it's a rock.
it's solid as a rock. So they just put a
Don't
door
take it for granted.
in the rock. They built a room.
Yeah, it's a
That's
whole.
crazy.
Yeah, what they did, they hollowed it out, and I'm looking at. I can't find a picture of the actual room itself, but there's a long. It's like a little staircase thing that goes up to it, and it's just they tunneled it up to this open room.
I bet it still smells like a fart. A closed room, no ventilation. It smells like ass in there.
If you've ever been inside of a big old piece of granite, then that ain't really pleasurable. It's not comfortable in there.
It's like going to the bathroom to rip a fart when you're at work. You can't do that when you're like, did you just rip ass in Abe's head?
I bet it has a killer echo.
Yeah.
How many keys are there? Hey, you got a spare key to Abe's face?
Oh, Abe's face.
I can't get in his frontal lobe.
Shit, that's a long way to go for a nap.
Yeah, for real. That's crazy. I heard when people go see it in person, it's much smaller than what it looks like in pictures.
Really?
That's what I've heard.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can actually, ride a dirt bike up there.
Can you really?
Yeah, you just ride it right up through the middle. Just park right on top of Reagan's head.
Is Reagan on?
Yeah, I guess that answers my question why everybody's always juggling what I say.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I come up with some bullshit.
I was about to juggle that.
Were you?
Is Reagan? Yeah.
Well, then you would have been the dumb one.
You would have been a dumbass.
Oh, shit, come on.
He ought to be. That's the answer to that question. He ought to be.
Who is on it? Abraham Lincoln, George Washington,
Roosevelt and
Teddy, right?
John
Yeah.
Adams? Who is it?
Jefferson?
Jefferson.
Yeah, George Jefferson.
George Jefferson. That's just for fun. Just put him on there for.
Oh my God. Man, we got 3 presidents up here. I wonder what else we can put up here.
Yeah, Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, Lincoln.
Rey Mysterio Jr.
That's right.
Maskless. That's what makes it so
Maskless.
makes it so good.
You won't understand who the hell you're looking at.
It's the Mount Rushmore of cruiserweights.
Hey, and damn, John Cena's face is on there too. You just can't see it. Woo. Yeah, Ace is going to the wrestling tonight.
Sure am.
What about that?
The Spectrum
He and his
Center
son
downtown
going to
Charlotte.
Going to the wrestling.
Rick Flair gonna be there?
Say hey to him if you see him.
Yeah. No, he won't be there tonight. He's with AEW now.
What a traitor!
Oh, yeah. Wow. Is that badass wrestling where they're tougher and all that? And they do some crazier shit. What is that? TNA?
No.
Or did TNA now become A&E or whatever it is?
No,
I think TNA still
there's
exists.
still a TNA.
Yeah,
You're thinking of like ECW or
Extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extremes around in different
yeah.
forms. There's no ECW anymore.
Extreme. That's where they bring them damn skateboards and dirt bikes into it.
So I'm curious to see what happens tonight after their big press conference yesterday. Kate and I were, kind of taking bets this week who we're going to get. Is The Rock going to be there tonight? Is The Rock and Roman Reigns, Cody and The Rock? I mean, what are the incarnations? It's going to be a hot night.
Would The Rock show up at a smaller city like Charlotte compared to like a New York and LA and all that stuff? He would.
Yeah, because it'll be sold out. I think it's sold out. It's been there,
Yeah.
You still got 16, 17,000 people, and they're building, because they're still building the story for the couple million people who are watching on television,
Right.
And the social media aspect of it.
So he would even come be a little bitch in a smaller town.
That is correct.
A big bitch. He's a big bitch. The Rock.
He's a big man.
Hell yeah, he is.
What did he say?
He's a big old man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A mountain of a man, if you will.
He's a big man. Tell you what. The bigger they are, the more with communist China they go.
Yeah.
That's what you want to think about The Rock. Dwayne. Now, his cousin seems to be pretty cool. I've seen him in those little ad council PSAs where he's spending time with his daughter, having a little tea party and things like that.
You mean Roman Reigns? Is that who you're talking about?
Well, is he up there with any other of his family?
I
I thought he was that Roman Reigns was his only cousin that he was going to wrestle.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But the other, he has other cousins. Aren't the Usos related to him too? I don't remember.
Yeah, they're all ready.
Who the hell?
They're
The Usos.
I'm looking on the floor on the lower level for tonight. The sections that have tickets, the cheapest ticket you could buy, because apparently it's sold out. Resale value $180. Well, I'm sorry, I found one for $167. They have 6 tickets at $167 in one of the lower level sections.
I bet it's just skyrocketed after yesterday.
The ones on the floor, $240. I think you're probably not wrong.
Oh, hell.
$253. Wait, let's see what these ringside are. $228. $499.
I wasn't even going to go, but then I saw damn Cody Rhodes got slapped last night.
That just tells me that there's been a run on copper thieves in this area.
Hey, Rob, I don't need to alert you, but my computer is frozen.
I see that.
Okay.
We got
I'm gonna work on it real quick.
woke up this morning, no water, no pipes. Wrestling must be in town, and the Rocks doesn't run up the prices.
Well,
they stole Mama's cigarette money.
Oh, all of it.
God,
the tickets are expensive.
yeah, I know. That's why they having to go to all these means to get it.
It looks like
you
though.
what.
I'm sorry. I take that back. There are some tickets left in the upper portions of the upper level.
The nosebleeds.
Like $23.50. There's like, 50, 60 tickets in a couple of these sections but they're way up there.
Is that The Rock? No, man, that's a stagehand.
Yeah.
I don't think so,
No,
bud.
no, it is, because I know damn good and well The Rock ain't pushing a broom.
Yeah, so they're not
Does The
not
Rock
sold
have a
out
pony?
tonight.
Does he have a skullet in a ponytail? I don't think so.
Well, this name on his shirt says Dwayne. That's him. We in the same building as The Rock.
Oh yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So how many people will be there versus how many sleeves?
Yeah. I do not know. Do not know.
It's some crowd. I went when I was a kid. I went to see the matches.
Yeah. I didn't.
You never went to a wrestling
No.
live show? It's fun.
No, I can see where it would be fun.
Oh, it's a good time.
Now, I've had to go to monster truck shows.
Yeah. Kind of a similar experience. It's loud, boisterous.
I know a monster truck driver.
Yeah.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. Her name's Chelsea. She works up there for my little friend Jenny.
Do what?
Yeah, a her.
right.
And she's always been a her.
I've never heard of that.
She didn't become a her, and then, you know.
Yeah, she wasn't a driver first, didn't become a her. She was a her first.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have women drivers.
Yeah, on the professional circuit? I mean,
Yeah.
really? I mean, how do you find out you're...
She was just in Europe a while back, earlier in the year. Like
And they
end of
don't let-
last year, she was in Europe with doing the monster
They
trucks.
don't let amateurs drive monster trucks in Europe.
Hell no, man.
How do you find out you're good at driving a monster truck?
I think there's a school you go to.
You go to monster truck
Yeah,
school?
you go to
shit.
monster driving school. Hell yeah.
There's a lot. There's a lot of moving parts in driving a monster
and
truck.
they have like minor leagues for Monster Jam, stuff like that. You know, where you work your way up to the, to the big shows. And
Yeah.
stuff.
It's the same thing. I was wondering, like, how do you find out you're good at rowing? You know, if you don't live in a place where there's a lot of that, like, how do you find out you're good at it? But I didn't know that you could go to school for it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can minor in monster trucks.
Right.
Yeah, not just fixing them, driving them.
If someone asks, tell them it's more than a little funny. It's extra funny. More of Ace and TJ's Extra Funny podcast coming up.
When it comes to your money and things like a cash out refi, you hear a lot of stuff these days. Information is flying around, but here's the bottom line. You want someone you can trust. Well, here is someone that we trust. Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies. We worked with Richard for years, and you know all the ins and outs, and more importantly, you give everybody options.
That's right. We have a lot of options. This one lady, we just refinanced her house, paid off all of her credit card debts. She even paid her car off. She's saving $1,000 a month. So that really changes her life and her financial well-being.
Yeah.
And she didn't have to make a house payment until 2024. So, I mean, there's not a better time to do it is when you need the extra money every month.
They call it cash out, is what we call it in the business.
Cash out.
Cash out.
That's right. Cash out.
So it's one free 5-minute phone call right now, 704-800-4719, 704-800-4719, or go to homewithrichard.com. Do it today. You'll be so glad you did. The Richard Toccato Companies.
It's a new year, which means new you. No, not if you've got nagging pain. That means we want old you before you had that pain. And it's possible without surgery, without medication, without downtime, thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic. I am a Neogenics client. I am a Neogenics lover because they fixed my left wrist. And you can get a free consultation right now. Call 704-727-6551 or online at acetj.com/neogenics, Neogenics.
Bradham Brothers offers heating, air, and electrical installation and service that you can trust. Their family business has served thousands of customers with honesty and a smile for over 50 years. Go to bradhambrothers.com to schedule service or a free estimate today.
Great food, great drinks, great service, and great atmosphere. You can find them all at one place. Fahrenheit on South Caldwell in Uptown Charlotte, 21 stories above the city. Get details and make reservations at acetj.com/Fahrenheit.
If you're so frustrated because you're having to run around all the time, you're so busy, you feel like you're not getting your family something great to eat, then you need Culver's. It's the perfect thing for you. Always made to order, fresh, hot ingredients all day, every day.
And not only do they have the freshest ingredients all day, every day, but they are a part of the community. They're proud to be a part of the Indian Trail community where they're under new ownership. Belmont, University area, Salisbury. Make them a part of your daily routine. Make it your new neighborhood spot. Short waits for the freshest food in town. Get details at acetj.com/Culvers.
As a proven leader in managed IT services, CompuCom delivers innovative solutions designed for how you work today. They'll help you deliver results no matter where you are on your digital transformation journey. It's all at CompuCom. Go to CompuCom.com to find out more.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
The United States truly is a special place.
The land of the free.
A real melting pot of cultures from all over the world.
Where men, women, and children are given the opportunity to pursue their own little slice of life, liberty, and happiness.
And what better way to celebrate our rich history than with some sweet President's Day furniture deals?
Right now you can save up to $200 on select queen beds. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
It's extra and funny. This is the Extra Funny Podcast, presented by Neogenics. Find out more at acetj.com/neogenics. Now, Ace and TJ.
Hey, Rob, when you stand in the doorway there and you reach up and grab the door frame at the top and stretch, do you do it that way to keep from blacking out? Like if you're just sitting in a chair and stretch and you say you black out when you do that?
No, that
Is that a way to prop yourself up or something?
I do that to give me a little bit of a stretch in on the arms as well.
Okay.
But I
You
think
just a damn old yogi, ain't you?
when I do that, though, I'm more likely to black out.
Okay, so hands above the head in that position, like hanging like an old orangutan.
Yeah, I can get a deeper stretch in there. So I guess.
Yeah.
Every time I see you do that, Rob, for a brief moment, I hold my breath because I'm waiting on the day that you do that, and then you don't come back to, you pass out, and then just hit the floor.
That's fair.
It's like, and just suddenly we just hear, we look over and like, oh my God, he's in the floor.
Dead.
Now, I have done it before, and I black out. And if you'll ever see me brace myself against the door, that's what's happening.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Have you ever seen anybody pass out, Riggins? Like legit, just pass out?
Not like that. No.
It'll scare the shit.
Man. Oh, I'm not going to handle that well. Please don't let that happen.
We had a kid playing baseball when I was little. He got too hot, and he was walking in from the outfield, and suddenly you just saw this, and he just went down. You're like, we thought, like, when you're 9,
Dead.
like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it, often, playing football at practice because it'd be so hot, and I don't sweat a lot, so I couldn't cool myself off, and I would overheat and then just pass out, and then they'd get me up, and then I'd be all right in a few minutes.
And here
but that's where I told you my coach told my dad to help me sweat that after practice every day I should drink a beer.
Yeah.
I swear he told him that.
Huh.
I love that.
He said, yeah, I think if you get, because beer makes you sweat, it stays with you and all that, and you sweat it out. So maybe that would help.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What great advice.
Can you imagine what would happen to a coach today if he told one of his high school players, a 16-year-old, to drink, like, you go drink a beer
every
after
day.
practice? Yeah. And just one.
Did you end up doing it?
Yeah.
You did.
Mm-hmm. I acted like I hated it. Like, I don't even want to try it, Daddy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was already I'd been in them beers with my brother.
Break out a key and
Yeah.
shotgun. He's like, whoa, wait, what are you doing?
Drinking.
What are you talking about?
I say, hang on a minute. And go back to my room and bring a big funnel out.
Yeah. You told me to drink a beer?
I'm prepped.
I always see those NFL players when they talk about, especially the old timers, so to speak, or the Terry Bradshaws, or when that's the Brett Favre, that interview when the doctor asked him, how many concussions do you think you've had? He goes, 4 or 3, whatever. The doctor goes, okay, let me ask it a different way. How many times have you blacked out and then come back to it and played the game? He goes, hundreds.
Yeah.
He said practice. He goes, yeah, each one of those is a concussion of some sort. He was like, Brett Favre said it scared the crap out of him when he heard that. He was like, that happened regularly. Mm-hmm. You get hit so hard you'd black out, and then like wake up. And he goes, and a lot of times we'd have to run the ball for a couple plays. I wouldn't really either not know where he was or kind of not be able to see real well or something for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, doctors are soft.
I was about to say, that doctor's working for Big Pharma.
Yeah, he should have been telling him that. Soft ass doctor.
Yeah. But when you think about all that stuff that coaches used to do, nobody gets water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'd be arrested now.
No water. Or my basketball coach telling us one day, he's running until somebody throws up. And you know what? We did.
I never understood that. How could somebody not gag themselves while they're running and take one for the team and just throw up like on the first lap? You know?
Yeah.
Force a vomit. All right, Coach, he threw up.
He vomited.
Yeah. So, Riggins, how'd your dentist appointment go yesterday?
Good. No cavities.
Okay.
Did you tell him you've been flossing?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
She didn't ask, though.
Was it the same hygienist that's normally there when you go?
Yeah.
Okay. The hot one, you said?
She is attractive, yeah. But the dentist is pretty hot, too.
He is?
She is.
Yeah, right. Okay, you almost had me there for a minute. I almost had to juggle that, but I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not falling for that. They don't allow lady dentists.
No, it's true. She was a woman.
No, and you say she's Indian?
No, my old dentist was
Okay.
Indian. This is just regular old, plain old,
White girl.
plain old
White
white.
girl. Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I was wearing an Ace and TJ sweatshirt, and she said, as they're working, she said, do you listen to the Ace and TJ show? I went, yeah. And she's like, I listen to the Ace and TJ show all through. And now, since I didn't interject and be like, I actually work there, now she's having like full conversations, and I can't interject and be like, well, actually, I work there. So she keeps going on and on about how often she listens. She's got the app.
Telling you stories about stuff we talked about.
Basically.
And
And I went, okay. And I never corrected her because I'm like, I'm too far in now. I can't go back and be like, I actually work there.
Yeah.
But so, fan.
She talked shit about you, not knowing that's what you.
No, I figured she would start saying how much I love Riggins on this show.
That would have been trippy. And then I would have suspected like, oh, she's messing with me if that had happened. But yeah, no.
But you don't you wouldn't stop her for a second. I do that if the hygienist is cleaning and then they ask me a question or something, or I need to tell them something, I'll ask her to stop. So I can say it.
No, I didn't.
You
But
say,
she
hey,
was doing-
stop, and then she stops. Go. Well, I just needed to make sure you know that I'm Riggins.
This is really me. She didn't take much of a breath in talk. She was kind of a chatty Cathy, and that was fine with me. I mean, talk all you want. I don't have to respond. But I don't know. I was walking the dog the other day. A guy got out of his car, his work truck, and he was like, "You Riggins?" I went, "Yeah." So I mean, it happens. He's like, "This is the dog I hear about all the time." I was like, "Yeah, this is him." So I don't mind telling people like, "Oh yeah, no, that's me." But this one was just a weird set because I couldn't really speak to her.
But I mean, she married?
I don't know.
Because you could be dating a hot hygienist.
Yeah, she was cute.
Play that Riggins card.
Yeah, she was cute.
Stop playing the race card and play the Riggins card.
I do not play the race card. I've never played the race card.
That's not what I heard.
But you were on them race card professional tournaments.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. No cavities.
No cavities. Again, not gonna lie.
Never had a cavity.
Never.
Riggins has never, ever had a cavity.
Never had braces, never had a cavity.
Well.
I'm just perfect, I guess.
Yeah,
I
you
guess
are.
that's what it
You have
is.
perfect teeth. Good for you.
They're not particularly straight. I mean, I can feel the differences in my front teeth. Like I could probably use braces, but I think my parents were like, they're not bad enough that you need
Right.
braces, and we're not trying to spend that money.
Yeah, they're bi. They're not straight. They're bi.
They're curious.
When I had braces years ago, when I was in my late 40s, I have permanent retainer on the top and the bottom. The bottom permanent retainer on the right side is busted, and something's wrong with it, and it's been sticking me. So I called the orthodontist the other day, and she said, the lady said, "When were you a patient?" And I said, "It's probably been six or 7 years since that I've had them off." And she said, "Oh, well, for the first year, it's nothing, but it'll be $450 for you to come in and have it worked on and looked at."
What?
And I said, "That's okay. Never mind." So I go to the dentist in March, and I figure I'll just ride it out with this damn thing poking me in the tongue until March 26th when I go to the dentist, because I think when I go to the dentist, he'll look at it and he can grind it down for me where it won't bother me
Yeah,
anymore.
but does it need to just be clipped away or grinded down, or does it need to be replaced? And if you don't get it replaced, your teeth are going to move.
It'll be all right. I got a retainer that I wear at night.
Okay, but yeah, I only had to wear a retainer at night for 6 months. But no, I was supposed to wear it, as much as I could throughout the day after I had my braces. But it was in the 80s, and they didn't do the permanent retainers and all of that. But my teeth never moved just from having a retainer for 6 months. Braces for 2 years, retainer for 6 months, and then I was free.
Yeah.
Damn. He's just gonna have tooth trouble for the rest of his life.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Yeah.
It was like $450. I don't have $450 for that right now.
Hell no, it's wrestling's in town.
I didn't buy
Gotta
those
get some
tickets.
merch.
Do you know how many people, though, Ace, are ignoring dental problems to be able to afford to go to that wrestling you're going to tonight?
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little something extra. This is the Extra Funny Podcast.